Coach, what changes have you seen in Jaden's game this year from last year? How has his progress
Um, it's still a work in progress, and
been? Right.
I think biggest thing from freshman year to sophomore year for me is you at the top of the scouting report, so you got to adjust to that, and I think it's been some adjustment for him in that manner. So I think that um, he's figuring some things out, but he got to continue to do that. To me, it's still too early, but I think freshman sophomore year for anybody in college is a tough jump, you know, um, because again, you're not on the scouting report like that compared to, now you become on the top of the scout, one of the guys on the top of the scouting report. And, he just has to, and I see it as the continued growth. It's not about, for me, it's not about, one particular thing. He just has to keep coming. I just want to see him be a really good all around basketball player.
You guys have been threatening to kind of get over the hump, got over the hump on the road. Kind of what does it take now to be a little more consistent at home and have a little bit better performance as you have a tough opponent coming in this Saturday?
I think you just got to have a sense of urgency. Um, sometimes a win can change, two wins can change some, trajectory overnight. But I don't I don't really know uh, what guys are thinking or what's their remedy to whether it's a slow first 4 minutes or whether it's the middle of the game because it's varied, So it hasn't been one particular thing, but you know, honestly, I'm gonna sound crazy. Um, there's things that I've been thinking about. I don't know. I think there's always been a sense of security at home at times. For anybody, it's human nature. And so you gotta take the same mentality you have on the road that you have. Uh, you gotta have that at home. As a player, uh, for instance, my career highs in both high school, college, and the pros. Excuse me, college and the pros is on the road. Home gives guys a false sense of security. Um, tend to play a little looser. Some guys don't shoot on the road. Some guys try to handle the ball on the at home that don't handle the ball on the road, and like you got to lock in. You got to lock in, tougher. And so I think that has to be the mantra the guys take, in order for us to play well. To play well, and it's more a 40-minute game. I don't necessarily, you know, based on the performance on Saturday. I'm not gonna look at a Pitt game as if it was something that's gonna be a carryover, things of that nature. I think that it just happens. Unfortunately for us, it happened at a bad time, But again, I've been on the other end. When I was in Portland, we lost to Cleveland, I think by 55 points, and I was Portland. We lost to Indiana by 58. I was on two of the worst two of the top 10 point differential losses in NBA history. So I just think it just happened. So you just throw that out there because it wasn't a execution game. It was an effort game, energy and effort. So we just got to continue to find ways. But again, I don't know what guys think in their head. I talk about routines. I talk about attention to detail. But there's some things that we do got to figure out. So we don't put performances like that out there anymore.
What did you like about the response? Obviously, they were able to get the effort that you wanted from Pitt to NC State. What have you liked about how they responded this last week since that win, these last couple of days?
That was a culture win. That for me, that's all it was. Because again, the game on Wednesday wasn't the execution game. It was. I didn't think we played with energy. I didn't think we competed, and so to come back on Saturday, you just play hard, you compete, good things happen because a lot of things we were doing on Wednesday, we were doing on Saturday, but we played harder. So, I just think that for me, it was a cultural win. It's the things we stand on, and can't tolerate guys not playing hard. And I think that that's what we got back to. I think everybody held themselves accountable from the top to the bottom, and I think that was the difference in the game.
Do you look at more forward guard, kind of going forward, the smaller balls? That seems to be kind of triggering some stuff. I know you're going to work Mo back into it, but Does that maybe make some more sense when you can size down against teams?
We do a lot of different things, but I do like our small lineup. I thought it was really good. I think that Jaden played really well. And it was great to have an extra ball handler out there. But yeah, we're gonna use that, and I thought it helped us a whole lot. You at this point you're not gonna go away from something that's been working.
Everybody knows about Duke, but what has made Clemson one of the better programs in the league now?
I haven't been in the league that long, but from afar, it just seems like Brad is just consistently does what he does, and he brings guys to his program that are going to do the things that he stresses and he wants. They don't change. The players change, but the system doesn't. It's always outside in, and he usually keeps a couple studs on the inside, a couple really good bigs, and that's what I tend to see. Physical. Want to beat you down. So you got to bring your hard hat when you play against them.
Imagine it's amusing now to think about it when Bai dribbled behind his back on Saturday. Yeah, like I said, all the guys have been showing it to him on his phone and stuff. Imagine that. That's probably the end of that, right?
There's several other things I want to be the end of as well. not just that, but it's again just the out of character. I call it out of character play and responses at times. But we'll do better going forward. I'm not so much worried about. I always worry. What I worry about it. What I worry about with our team, honestly, is just each and every night they're gonna have the mental part locked on it. Are we gonna execute the scout report? Because if we execute the scout report, everything else will take care of itself.
With Akai, since he's been inserted in the lineup, what kind of progress have you seen from him, and what are you looking for from him moving forward?
He's been good. I think that he's had his ups and downs, to be expected at times as a freshman. I think more ups than downs. Before last game, he wasn't shooting the ball particularly well, but he really had a good game. He rebounded well. That's what I enjoyed. I think that for me with him, he has to be better with the margin plays and learn from those things. Continue growth defensively, both on ball and off the ball. Offensively, figuring out and learning not playing in much crowds. Being able to make the read a little early if he's coming off ball screens of that nature. Then I would like him to be able to, get more catch and shoot threes. I think sometimes, he should catch and shoot, but at times he'll catch and dribble. And I would like to see more catch and shoot at times. But there's things that he puts out there that's not normal for a freshman. He leads our team in free throw attempts. So that means he's getting to the hole, and he has to keep attacking the hole. And even when he's not shooting well, he can still get to the line and make free throws. So that rebounding as well. I want to see him get more defensive rebounds and keep hitting the offensive glass as well.
Thanks,
All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks.
Yep.